Anyway, today we're going to talk about career. And the premise of this video is going to be how blessed are those who know what they want early in life. I feel like that's a blessing where people are children or adolescents, teenagers, or in their early 20s, and they're just like, I'm going to be this, and I'm going to do this, and that's going to fulfill me. And I mean that genuinely. If you know early, if you had that like clarity and direction and the discipline to follow it, that's a real gift, honestly. And it's something that is overlooked because people just see that as the norm, as the standard rather. And for most people, that's simply not the case. Particularly for me, that definitely wasn't the case. And I don't say that with bitterness. Some people truly found like alignment early, and that's not luck alone. It takes self-awareness and courage and a lot of consistency in order to know that and pursue the things that you want. So those people deserve an enormous amount of respect and praise and admiration, especially early on in their lives, because I know I didn't do that. And what being blessed actually means, with this being a faith-based discussion / reflection, that was actually a nice touch. When I say blessed, I don't mean favored over others. I mean entrusted. There's a verse that really puts this into perspective. To whom much is given, much will be required. That is a verse from Luke 12:48. Clarity early in life is a gift, but it also comes with responsibility. If you know your path early, you were given something valuable. You were given direction, and what you do with that direction matters. I'm still warming up. We're gonna get a game or two. Gonna get a little game in or two. It also comes with responsibility, sorry. Being blessed isn't about ease, it's about stewardship. Stewardship is a word that I learned fairly recently. And what stewardship means and its purpose is when the Bible talks about stewardship, it's not talking about ownership, it's talking about responsibility. Stewardship means recognizing that what you've been given, like time and clarity and ability, opportunity, isn't just for you. It's something you're meant to, let's say, manage wisely. What am I doing? You're meant to manage wisely. Develop intentionality and use in a way that serves something bigger than yourself. It's something you're supposed to carry with responsibility, like I said. And clarity early on in life isn't a trophy. It's definitely something you should be proud of for sure. But it also isn't a trophy. It's more like a tool. Because with tools, you can't use every single tool in every situation. Sometimes you need a hammer. Sometimes you need an impact. Sometimes you need a flathead. Sometimes you need a ratchet. So it's not like any tool. Its purpose depends on how it's used. Some people are given certainty early so they can build, lead, provide, or create stability for other people. Others are given confusion and delay so they can develop certain traits and qualities that will benefit them in the future. Like empathy, patience, discernment, and depth. Different gifts, different responsibilities, but all generally the same purpose. And, you know, here's where the conversation usually stops. We praise early clarity a lot, and I've noticed that, right? We praise the people that know what they want out of life when they figure it out early, like people joining the military or excuse me, or people becoming cops, people going to college in their early 20s. That's generally the most common thing. I'm gonna score this. No, I'm not. We praise it early. We praise early clarity so much that we forget to talk about everyone else. The people who didn't know right away, like me, for example. And I'm not trying to make this a pity party for myself. I'm more so speaking for other people who feel this way, at least career-wise. Not because they were lazy or unfocused, but because they were still learning who they were. And I'm still in the process of that myself. Or I'm still learning things about myself and what I enjoy. Things that give me purpose. Anxiety, indecision, in my early years, just from personal honesty, kept me from pursuing things I probably should have pursued early on. Or just kept me from pursuing things that I wanted, but the anxiety, I guess, halted my decision or didn't really allow me to pursue that. And for me, it was a big part of my life in my early adolescence, like when I was 13, 14. In high school, I didn't know what I wanted at all. I wasn't really locked in, let's call it. I was not locked in high school, bro. I had a 2.7, a 2.8 GPA. I was like an ABC student. That was a nice shot. I was like an ABC student. I got a couple D's. And I didn't really take my education seriously the way I should have. And it's not because I didn't care, because I cared about passing my classes and all that. I think it was more so because I didn't really know what to do after school. Like, I didn't know that I wanted to go to college. I didn't really apply to any colleges when I was in high school. I didn't apply to any universities. Yes, now I'm feeling it. I didn't apply to any universities, and school wasn't something that particularly grabbed my interest. I didn't really care about higher education. In high school, there was only 2 subjects that I cared about. That was history and psychology, which I took my senior year because psychology isn't a course. That is a requirement in high school. It was an elective. But everything I learned in psychology in high school was the main reason why I love it today. But just to continue on the journey that I had, I originally wanted to join the military after high school, but I could not join the military because of medical reasons, so I was disqualified. Plus, I would have missed my family and friends and all that, and it sounds like a poor excuse, but it's true. So I didn't do that. Then I went to my local community college, where I pursued a major. I majored in history. Funny enough, I had no idea what I was going to do with that, but at the time I wanted to be a history teacher because I loved history, and I still do. There's just not really much you can do with that. And so I stuck with that for like a year. Then I switched my major again to psychology in... Oh my god, I need to lock in. I'm not locked in. I decided to switch my major to psychology at Middlesex. For those who know where that's at, that's a nice shot. Good control. And yeah, that's what I decided to do. And I love psychology, hence why I decided to pursue higher education in that particular field. And I'm kind of losing my train of thought here, but it wasn't a linear journey for me. It took me a while to decide that I enjoyed psychology, and I stopped going to school a couple times. I started working at this restaurant, and I gained a love for hospitality management, but then I lost my love for that, so I decided to go back to college and finish that. Then I wanted to do IT for a little bit and get certifications through like CompTIA, if anyone's familiar with that. Then I wanted to do HR, which I still want to do as like more of like I guess like an entry level role, just to make some money while I go to grad school. And I'm still currently applying to grad school. I'm in the process of getting accepted, just waiting on, I guess, the decision letter. And I originally was going to go get my master's in a branch of psychology called IO Psych, which is industrial organizational psychology, which has to do with corporate, right? It's instead of dealing with the business side of things, you're more so dealing with employees, because I always found the employee aspect of business to be more important, because they are the ones that are generating the revenue for the company. So I cared about consulting, handling employee relations, people analytics, things like that I liked at the time. HR, essentially. Just a different term for it, I guess. And it still sounds something that's interesting, but it's a path that requires, well, at least for me, from the research I've done, it's a path that requires a lot of networking and a lot of experience to obtain a high-level role, whereas in HR, you don't really need a degree or a higher education to get that. All you need is the experience and maybe a couple of certifications in HR that could grant you a high-earning position. So, bro, I have always been indecisive in my life, clearly, as you can see by my career choices here. So, I actually deferred my application and deferred going to graduate school for that particular field, and I decided to pursue school psychology. Now, with school psychology, it's completely different in terms of the classes. Not completely different, but it's a different field of psychology, or branch, rather. And, you're going to be in a school setting around children or young adults or teenagers, things like that. And it's something that definitely piqued my interest, because I've always liked working with children. It's just, for me, it can be overwhelming working with children in a group setting. But I know I can do it because, one, I have the genuine passion for psych, and I like working with kids. And not only that, the job market for school psychologists that's a nice shot. It's very high. You can basically get a job as soon as you finish graduate school and you pass the praxis exam, which is an exam you need to pass in order to get certified as a school psychologist here in the state of New Jersey. And yeah, you're basically guaranteed a job. You get a lot of days off, you get a pension, and it's meaningful work. Now, they don't make millions of dollars. They make a good salary, a very good salary, with benefits and with the pension and everything, working in a school setting. And it's something I feel I can make an impact in. And I know it's something I'll enjoy doing, because I've always liked being in a school setting. Um, Schools are something that I feel like I can thrive in. And you're going to be around employees instead of customers. And that's something that also piques my interest is the environment. I don't want to get burnt out. And they get a lot of days off. And ultimately, it's just the passion that I have for psych and wanting to make an impact. That way. So yeah, clearly, as you can see, I'm a pretty indecisive individual. I went from history to, well, I went to military to history to psych. Then with psych, I wanted to go into IT. Then I wanted to go into HR. And now here I am, finding myself applying for school psychology positions because at 27, I'm still struggling, still struggling with what I want to do. And the premise of this video is people who are blessed in knowing what they want to do. Like, that's truly something to me that's remarkable. At least career-wise, just knowing what you want to do. And my path certainly wasn't linear. It was mountains and terrain and a bunch of zigzags, and it's still not even going to be a straight line. You know? I just need to find something that I will dedicate and commit to, and right now I want to commit to this because I know I can perform well. That was a nice touch, even though it was basic. And that might sound scattered to a lot of people, or scattered on paper, but living it doesn't feel like I'm making a reckless decision. It feels like I'm making a stable decision and a conscious one, and those are two important things. I'm nasty. I'm actually gonna watch this one. Touch. I like that. I'm really like that. In Rocket League, at least. But you do have to respect both paths. To be clear, some people choose early and never regret it. And they build momentum and expertise and stability faster, which is something I wish I had, and it deserves praise. Deserves a lot of credit, but certainty isn't the only valid way forward either. And that's the illusion I feel like we're sold as kids. But not knowing does have its cost. It's not like you have time forever. You gotta figure it out eventually. And if you don't figure it out, at least you tried. At least you can say that you tried. That was actually a decent shot. It messes with your confidence. It makes comparison brutal, which I made a video about that already. And you watch people your age arrive while you're still figuring things out. And once you're past your early 20s, which is insane to say, because I'm not in my early 20s, confusion starts getting mislabeled as failure. And it shouldn't be labeled as that, because you're trying. It's not like you're sitting at home doing nothing. And that's where a lot of the unnecessary shame comes from. Can I hit this? It's just gonna go in. But here's the reframe and the core message. The advantage that people don't talk about is when you find direction later, you're not chasing an identity anymore. You're choosing alignment, and you're not asking yourself, who do I want to be? You're asking what actually fits the person I already am. I'm cooking with that one. I know you guys like that one. That's the psych in me. Not cooking in the game, cooking with the message. Anyway. And at 27, I'm not scrambling, I'm not guessing, I'm not choosing like trends or titles anymore. I'm choosing stability every time, and meaning, and passion. A career that lines up with how I think, how I work, and how I want my life to look like long term, which is very important. That was trash. And that clarity, jeez, I can't speak. that clarity didn't come early, but it eventually arrived, and that's the important thing. It deserves equal respect to have different timelines. Some people are blessed with certainty at 20, others are blessed with discernment at 30. And one path isn't superior, they're just built on different timelines. The problem is we only celebrate one as a society. We celebrate the early one. We congratulate those who know what they want early, who went to college early, who got a job early after their 20s, in their mid-20s. We congratulate all of that instead of those who also decided to take a different path. But here's my direct message after we watch this shot. Here's my direct message. If you're in your mid or late 20s or older and you haven't decided on a career yet, you're not late, and you're not broken, and you're not wasting time. You're developing self-knowledge. That rush and those rush decisions don't always produce. As long as you're doing something to stay productive, and you're trying new things, trying a bunch of things to try to eliminate or have a process of elimination of things that you enjoy and find a passion in, then that's what matters. I tried so many different things. I'm currently in the process of trying so many different things. I tried going to the military. I tried hospitality management. I tried getting into IT. And now I'm currently trying to pursue HR and school psychology. And that's okay, right? That's fine. As long as you're trying. I can reflect on my life and say, okay, I tried. I'm not home, always playing Rocket League. I don't play video games every day. I go to the gym, I work, I go to school. I do the things necessary in order to give myself an advantage, give myself a career. I feel like I'm doing the necessary things. Maybe I could do more, but what more can I do? I'm learning, I'm enrolled in certifications, I'm looking for new opportunity with jobs. I already graduated with my undergrad. What more can I possibly do? All that's left now is to be given an opportunity from an employer and continue to pursue my graduate level education. And that's all I really can do. So yes, how blessed are those who know early? But don't overlook the ones who arrive later with intention, clarity, and peace. Both of those paths matter, and that is important to note. And I feel like boomers have a hard time understanding this. That just because your child doesn't know what they want to do fresh out of college doesn't make them a failure. As long as, like I said, they're trying and they're going through that process of elimination of things that they enjoy, and that's all that matters. Now, I'm not saying that they can forever be in this state of not knowing. They have to eventually figure it out. And they eventually will. Happens to everyone. But yeah, that's all I've got for that. I feel like I'm warmed up enough to play some tunes. Load up some tunes. So I do comp though. I'm gonna do comp. I hope people can hear me. I feel like I wasn't close enough to my mic. I'm gonna be pissed if the audio wasn't picked up, because I'm not editing this. This is all one take, like Lil TJ. One take. We're gonna win this game. Game 1 on W. Oos. Oh, I might have to sit up. Nah. Oh, wild touch. Let my teammate grab that. Do the twirlies. 50. In your net. Easy. great 50. And that's a great shot. Just like that, we're up 1-0. It's that simple. It's that simple, mate. Catch. 50. No, that's not gonna do it. That's not gonna do it. My teammate is still in the play. I probably shouldn't have done that. I could have caught it. Let my teammate. I was gonna let him handle that. Oops. He missed. Okay. Flick. Oh, it was too powerful. I'm nasty though, man. Nah. None of that. None of that. Pop. Oh, we got a touch on that? Ain't no way. Nope. 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 That could have been so much better. I'm not really talking because I'm low-key logged in. At least I'm trying to log in. Catch that. Pop it. No pop. Nice touch. Go clear. Where's my teammate? You gotta go. Oh no. Nice. Yeah, he's not gonna be able to get to that. I'm gonna read this, watch. Get out of here. Oh! No! No, 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 no. Nah. We're cooling. Hit me. In their net. Let's go. Come on, bro. Excuse me. I'm not playing the best though, but I'll take it. I've been recording for almost 30 minutes. It does not feel like it's been 30 minutes. I'll play one more. Might have to switch the car. I don't know if I feel too comfortable in the Dominus. I don't feel smooth. I don't really have this movement today. Let's go with the Fennec. See if I feel a little bit more comfortable in that. But the Dominus has always been my car, so I don't know why I've been feeling off with it. I do hope the video helped some people gather some perspective. Because I know it's not easy. I try to keep my mind as open as possible when I make these, and coming up with this stuff on the fly is pretty difficult because I don't necessarily articulate myself the best. Definitely in person, I don't articulate myself as well as I do on YouTube or when I make videos. Why am I in the Dominus? Oh well. Yeah, I certainly don't articulate myself that well in person. I'm a little better. I'm goated, bro. I'm him. I'm him. But yeah, I generally have a better concept of getting my thoughts together when I'm alone. Because when I talk in person, I sound like a buffoon. That was... I don't know what that was. Might have a shot here. Oh my god, he came out of nowhere. I'm grabbing boost. I'm a sellout. But he could have gone to that. But now he's mad. A fall twin. You have 5 weeks to get boosted. Nah, you're right. Yeah, you're right, bro. I should have turned off chat because people talk crazy on this game. In your net. Zol. Little does this guy know he might have to carry me. No. No, I can't make good touches, man. I can't. I'm a bad player. Fake it. Oh, you should have been over there, but you are. Now cook. Yes. In thy net. In thy net. Good play. Oh, I thought my teammate was over there, like he... Yeah, we got time. Oh, his teammate's bull. I can't really do much with that. Grab this bean. Pop it up, make a play. Yup. Nice. Nice. That was a great shot. Going better? Is that just in? That would have been tough. Nice teammate. Nope. Close though. Teammate. Oh, I gotta go back. No, he missed. Talk to me nice. Like that. Save that. Thank you. That was a bad touch, man. I don't got car control like that, bro. Oops, sorry. He misses. Hit me. Oh, bro. Oh my god, that would have been legendary. That's off. Catch. Easy. Did I get demoed here? 50? That's my bad. I need to go for that. We can still... I keep losing this game. Go for a little delayed kickoff here. Yup. Oh, I am sorry. Is that in? Oh! Score it. Oh, his teammate's not playing. That's not fair. What is going on, man? Oh, he challenged that with the quickness. Oh, get under it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Give me some video ideas in the comment section. Maybe I'll get some inspiration or something. Peace.